Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 16th of April 2023. Today's video is the correction of Qur'an part 2. The reason I'm making this video is because a person who is not a traditional Muslim. I spoke of him last time. His name was, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to him, Said al-Idrisi, and he was an Egyptian man who was persecuted by the Egyptian authorities for his work trying to introduce decent thought to the nonsense that we have in the ideology that came to us 1400 years ago. He was trying to eliminate the garbage from this ideology. He was persecuted, and therefore he went to work in Yemen before it became hellhole and all the trouble that the country is going through now. And I was trying to help him, but suddenly he is no longer there. He doesn't answer phone, he doesn't answer email, he doesn't answer anything. So I decided myself to talk about the filth in the ideology. While I was preparing last week, in the beginning of last week, there is a Muslim scholar. He has a PhD, and his name is Dr. Saleh Al-Maghamsi. And this man, he suggested creating a new school of Islam, the Sunni Islam. There are four main Sunni schools in the Islamic religion, in the Islamic Sunni sect. المالكي الحنفي الحنبلي, I forgot the last one. Anyway, he wants to make a new one, as if we are missing extra filth. But as I thought of it and as I heard him talking, I started to think. I can't remember exactly when this happened, but late 70, early 80. There was a scholar in Sudan, his name was Mahmoud Muhammad Taha. And this man was an enlightened man. And anyone who thinks and he reads the filth that came to us 1400 years ago, most of the people leave it. Most of them, when they think for themselves, they don't care about making money, making it, because it's really very, very lucrative business to work to keep people believing what they are believing, and they send you money. So most of these people, they are making a very good sum of money. So if you don't sell your soul and you think freely, many of these people say that garbage is not for me, and they leave it. However, some people, like, they feel it's not good just to live like this. They want to correct the situation. But you cannot really tell them this is all garbage. They have to take it step by step. Because if you say it's all garbage, hardly anyone will follow you. So they introduce the filth step by step, and they say, oh, this does not belong to the faith. Remove it. So I'm going to speak about this man and why he's saying that now, because it's very dangerous. Like, my friend who is in Yemen, he disappeared. Most likely he's killed. I hope he is not, but most likely he's killed. Okay? And many people, this man from Sudan, Al-Azhar, accused him of blasphemy, and therefore he was hanged. They killed him. Another person who was an intellectual and he was trying to make a change, Farg Foda, somebody stabbed him on the street, killed him. He was murdered. Islam al-Bahiri, he is a scholar and he wanted to bring a change. They put him in prison. And many people like that, it's either killed or put in prison. And this man in Saudi Arabia, he is not stupid to come out, and this is a huge step to make a new school of thought about Sunni Islam, which is about 73% of the Muslim worldwide. To make that bold step, when I thought of it, this man had a green light from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. As we know, and I spoke of that before, Mohammed bin Salman knows that all of this nonsense, garbage. But once again, he cannot say it out loud at once. So he is changing the country gradually, step by step. First, he allowed women to drive. Second, there was no movie theaters in Saudi Arabia. They have movie theaters. There is freedom of religion now. People can change their faith. They are building churches. There was no churches. Even for the foreigners, some of them are Christian. They want to go to church on Sunday. Can't build a church in Saudi Arabia. Now they do. And so on and so forth. So he's changing the country gradually. He opened the beaches. Women couldn't go to the beach. They could go, but wearing that black garbage bag that they put on. That's it. But now women in Saudi Arabia can go to the beach and wear bikini, and so on and so forth. So he's doing change, but he knows it has to come gradually. In my own personal opinion, I think he gave the green light to this Imam or Sheikh Saleh al-Maghamsi to start with the filth that he can easily clean. So he was talking, for example, he will start with what's called hadith. Hadith is the stories that people say the founder of Islam said while he was talking with this person. And they say this person told us the story to this person, to that person, to that, until it came to us and we recorded it. So unless you have the chain of people, trusted people, go back all the way to the founder of Islam, one after the other, that hadith cannot be taken seriously as a good hadith. And there are many of these hadith, they don't know where they came from, but they sound good, so they put them in. And some of them are very disgusting. So this man is thinking to start with these disgusting ones. Such as, I give you an example. If a woman is working in an office with, let's say, 2 or 3 men, and it's very hard really to cover your face and your eyes only showing and be doing some work and all these hanging clothes. So the suggestion was, if the woman give her breast to the man or the men in the office and feed them, give them nurse them 5 times. 5 times they have to suckle on her nipple 5 times until they are full of milk. Then she becomes like their mother. She can even become topless in the office as long as she already give them milk. She nurse them. Then they are like her children, so she can sit naked even. That's in the tradition. Okay? So I am deciding to every week now open some filth, because this man in Yemen, Saeed al-Idrisi, he was very respectful and polite and trying to bring harmony between Sunni and Shiite. You killed him. Okay? Alright. So the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia had to give the green light to this Muslim scholar to start to speak like this. Otherwise, if he didn't give him green light, his end will be like those who have been hanged or those who have been murdered on the streets. Why the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is giving the green light? In my opinion also, he can see, he's a smart man. He can see the filth, and it will not take his country to anywhere that it is good in the future. So one of two. It's either live in the Stone Age of the 7th century, or break that nonsense, get rid of it step by step until the country become normal. Okay? So he chose the latter one. I don't know if this Imam believes the same thing, because many people, they know the filth, but it's a job. It could be a job for him, producing good amount of money every month. It could be. But meanwhile, if I take the word of the Crown Prince, I can change this and I can keep my position. Without the backing of the Crown Prince, this man cannot go on public TV and say, I want to create a new school of thought. That means he can see the damage and defect in the other four thoughts of Islam, of Sunni Muslim or Sunni Islam. And that's why he wants to take a step to change that. But he's talking about starting with hadith. Normally, people will speak of hadith, because hadith, some of the hadith, they are not sure if it really goes all the way to the founder of Islam. So if you start with this, people will not really go against you so much, because people are not sure of this hadith, that it goes all the way to the founder, and therefore it's okay to remove it, because it doesn't sound like very good anyway. But that's a beginning. That's a beginning, because there is filth in the main book. I don't want to say the word because they will remove my video. But the main book, it has filth. Many people, like for example, those who, one of the people who spoke of that filth was a man who passed away not so long ago, Dr. Al-Qimani. He was suggesting we have to remove 23 Quranic verse from the Quran, because we don't need them anymore. They are useless now. And he was attacked day and night. He was practically a prisoner in his home. Okay? So people suffer when they speak their mind. Even it's obvious. I mean, honestly, who will let his wife give her breast to another man who works with her in the office, one man or 5 or 10 men, so that they become like her children and she can sit either naked or half naked in front of them? I mean, once you are like her child and you saw her breast, she can take her shirt off, her blouse off, or whatever, and sit, if it's hot, sit without. I mean, if a mother nurse her baby, she doesn't cover her breast while she is nursing her own baby. She can even take her top off and nurse the baby. There's no shame there, but you can't do that in front of other men, that they are not your children. But once you give them milk, breastfeed them for 5 times, they are your children. And this is in the tradition. This is in hadith. This is hadith. So there will be a welcome to such thing, to remove this nonsense as a beginning. But actually, I believe that the end, in the head of the current prince of Saudi Arabia, the end is to destroy that black building called Kaaba and burn all these books that kept the people of Arabia prisoners and kept them behind. I am going to make a video every week criticizing and showing what's the filth in that book, until I know what happened to this man Saeed al-Idrisi. Now, this here, when I was preparing to speak about something in Qur'an. I'm going to put it in the description box, called Young Boys, which is practically pedophilia. The founder of Islam, he wanted soldiers to go out to fight with him. And we know in the ancient world, until today, there are sick people who are somehow attracted to children. I'm sorry, this existed throughout history. Even in the Roman Empire and the Greek Empire before, that was practiced. And there were people like this, and there are still people like that in Arabia. And the founder of Islam knew of that some of these soldiers with him are interested in that kind of practice. But that will divert their attention from the fight and from the looting. So what he did, he had the angel coming from the highest heaven tell them, don't worry, when you go to heaven, you will have these boys. You will have kids, children, to fulfill your perverted desire with them. You shouldn't be distracted here on earth with this. Only with the women, when you take 6 slaves, she stays with you at home. At the time when you are not invading, you enjoy. You can rape her, that's okay. Because she is your property. You can rape her, it's okay. But keep boys until we go to heaven and we get 72 version. And in addition, you will have boys. You will have children, soft like pearl. beautiful like pearl. That's in the book. I'm going to put that in the description box. That's in the book, that filth. So I'm going to speak about the filth in this book in every video I make. Thank you very much. Please subscribe and like and share. Some people tell me I am every now and then people cannot find my videos, so please subscribe so that you can receive the new videos. See you.